Hi, this is Adam and Neil, and we are going to talk to you today about one of the cool projects we're going to see on our field study in Seattle this summer. The project we're going to talk about specifically is called Heartwood, and as you can see from the images here, it is a very cool looking project. Some key features about this project: it's located at 1323 East Union Street, which is sort of right in the center of Seattle, very centrally located. The project site is actually, if you look at the top image here, is in that parking lot where the marker is. The building will be an 8-story building, approximately 70,000 square feet, and is 126 affordable housing units or middle income units. What I'm going to be talking about most today, and what's really interesting about this project, it's going to be one of the first tall wood buildings in Seattle. In fact, it was a recipient of a U.S. Forest Service grant of $250,000 to sort of help aid in the design and engineering of this structure. So what do I mean by tall wood building? Well, it's a building constructed using mass timber products. And in the Heartwood's case, there are two mass timber products being used. One is CLT, or cross-laminated timbers, and the other is glulam, or glue-laminated timbers. And their names are pretty much describes what they are. And as you can sort of see in these diagrams here, glue-laminated timbers is timbers, or lam stocks as it's called, stacked on top of each other and sealed together with an adhesive. And CLT is pretty much the same thing, but what the difference is, the timbers are stacked perpendicular to each other, but still sealed together with an adhesive and made pretty much the same way. Glulam is used for load-bearing parts of your building, so your rafters, your columns, your beams, whereas CLT is used for surfaces such as walls, floors, or floor separation. Here, these images are showing everything coming together. The image on the left shows your mass timber products, your glulam columns and beams, and your cross-laminated timber panels, which are essentially your floor and ceiling. And then the concrete foundation on which everything is sitting. The image on the right shows your mass timber products plus your MEPs and everything sort of coming together, just so you get a sense of how all this all works. One thing that is missing, which is very important, is what is holding everything together. And what I mean by that is, usually when you put the beams and columns together and the decking or flooring, you have anchors or fasteners that are connecting everything. Well, with this project, they are not using the typical steel fastener systems that are used to connect beams and columns. They're using something else, which begs the question, what is holding everything together in this building? Well, we'll have to wait till Seattle to figure out how they're holding this thing together, but let's take one last look at our mass timber products and talk about one other thing that makes them very unique and special, and that's the fact that they are highly customizable and they can be built to suit. Everything is prefabricated off-site. And one of the things to sort of advertise about mass timber is, they can build it to the scope you want. The only thing that limits it is how you transport it to the job site. So it has to be able to fit on a truck or in a shipping container. But other than that, you can pretty much build anything you want out of mass timber. So now I'm going to turn this over to Neil. He's going to talk about the people involved in this project.
Community Roots Housing is a Seattle-based owner-developer of roughly 50 affordable apartment buildings with over 2,000 residents. The group was founded in the same neighborhood as the Heartwood project, Capitol Hill, in 1976 by community activists concerned about redlining and disinvestment. Community Roots has partnered with Skipstone as developer for the project. Skipstone specializes in land acquisition and disposition strategy, master planning of phased projects, entitlement strategy and execution, design, development management, construction feasibility, construction oversight, leasing strategy, and disposition. The architect for Heartwood is Artelier Jones, a national leader in the mass timber construction movement. Founder Susan Jones has been instrumental in representing the AIA and changing American building codes to allow tall mass timber buildings up to 18 stories. Another project in Seattle, Akari House, recently received a U.S. Forest Service Wood Innovations grant of $250,000 to construct what would be the tallest mass timber building at 18 stories tall. DCI Engineers serves as the engineering group for the project. The group seeks out unique and challenging projects and endeavors to be on the leading edge of industry and technology, most notably mass timber construction. Swinnerton Builders and Timber Lab are the general contractors for the project. Swinnerton was founded in 1888 and currently employs over 4,000 people across the United States. Timber Lab was born out of Swinnerton out of necessity in 2021 to focus on mass timber construction. The group focuses exclusively on innovation and utilization of mass timber solutions in large commercial construction projects. Mass timber construction in Seattle is picking up momentum every day with more and more projects getting underway and pushing the limits. We are excited to visit this project and learn more about this method of construction.